Thank you so much for checking out this free video. If you don't mind, please click like and subscribe. Now, I don't even know where to start, so I'm going to try and do this as quick as I can. But this show was a frickin' train wreck. But I will say this, and this is not an attempt to get credentialed. This is just my true feelings. This is always what you're going to get on this show. I had the time of my life watching this disaster. I had so much fun watching them try to just make it through this show. So we had booking issues and we had real life issues. So first we had Jordynne Grace and Jada Parker in allegedly a number one contenders match. Stephanie's on commentary. She said at the end of this match she would tell you who she was going to wrestle at WrestleMania. They go to a DQ when they end up brawling at ringside, and Steph ends up slapping Jordynne after Jada had bumped into her, and then Jada slapped her. It was a whole shebang. And then afterwards, all three of them brawl. Julia's music hits. She runs down to ringside, and they have a big four-way brawl. And long story short, Stephanie gets to pick anyone she wants to face for that title at WrestleMania at Stand and Deliver. And for reasons unknown, she chooses all four women. This is not forced upon her by a GM. She chose to defend against four other women. This makes no sense. But we have yet another four-way coming up at WrestleMania. We had my boys Swipe Right, Brad Baylor, who claims he's 20, but I'm pretty sure I saw him in Paisley's class when I was watchdogging last week. And Julius Smokes, or some guy Smokes.
Ricky Smokes.
Ricky Smokes, yes. We actually got a Julius Smokes reference from Corey Graves during this match.
Excellent.
And fact is, Swipe Right, they did a good job. They're going to probably be something someday, but they do have a ways to go. They look pretty good in this match, but my God, they're in with Axiom and Nathan Frazier.
Because Axiom and Nathan Frazier did a great job.
They're the best team in the world. And it was a fun match. And, of course, Axiom and Nathan Frazier won. And it was a good way to get these guys exposure, so they hopefully will get people watching some Evolve. Then we had Fatal Influence getting in an argument because Fallon and JC both want to be in the qualifier for the North American Women's Ladder match. And ends up with Jasmine saying, you know what? It's going to be neither of you because it's going to be me. And she walks off and they're like, what just happened? I was like, you know what just happened? She just took your spot. What do you mean what just happened? So she goes out to face Sol Ruca, and she loses. This frickin' match, oh my God. It was like somebody played some ridiculous video game, wrote down every move that happened, and then they just did it. This match was nothing but handsprings, kip-ups, head springs, cartwheels, springboards, rolls, flips. I was crying watching this match. I mean, it was preposterous. For what it was fun, but you got to watch this match. There was no moment where somebody was not rotating around some plane. It's crazy. Then we had Hank and Tank against the Driver and the Virgin, and they lose. And then Tank is screaming, what are we doing wrong? And this led to a segment later where they run into the Street Profits, and the Street Profits say, you know what you're doing wrong? You just need to be Hank and Tank. That's how this whole thing ended. They were looking at all these other teams for advice, and finally the advice is just be yourself. Be Hank and Tank. So I guess they'll start winning next week, I guess. Ricky Saints came out for a promo. Apparently Mike has dropped. Ricky Saints came out for a promo, and he's like, there's Ethan Page comes out, and Lexus King, and Eddie Thorpe, and Wes Lee, and they all have this giant brawl, and yeah. We're going to have a lot of multi-person matches coming up at this show. Have you grabbed your F4WOnline.com shirt yet? Well, we got a bunch of them. They're up in the store right now. F4WOnline.com/shirts. You can grab your -5 stars shirt your Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer shirts, even the brand new After Dark Radio shirt. You love Granny? We have Granny's Gang shirts. Have you ever won a shoot battle royal? Probably not, but you can tell people you did. So check out the store. All of these great shirts and more. It's through Pro Wrestling Tees. F4WOnline.com/shirts. That's F4WOnline.com/shirts.